Hello there. So I was thinking to myself that I didn't have enough footage for vlogs recently. I haven't been eating out because some people are busy, you know, holidays are coming up. So I thought, why not innovate and do something a little bit different? It's the VanCity food crew, so why don't I cook something for once and show you how to do it. So for today's video, I'm going to make a stir fry. So for this stir fry, I'm going to use mushrooms. I got some stir fried beef. I'm cutting up some yellow and red peppers, as well as some onion too. Nice big chunks, that way they don't get too soggy when I fry them. So now that I've cut up my meat, I'm going to put it in a small to medium bowl. Generous portion of pepper. Some seasoning salt, because salt's too boring for me. And you can use a lot because you want the beef to taste good. So normally I just use salt and pepper for my stir fry, but today I'm going to put a little bit of Asian allspice just to try it out. Why not? I can do whatever I want. Just going to give that a good mix. So I work at a restaurant and I saw one of my coworkers put flour on the beef, so I'm going to do the same thing for no reason, just because they did. I think the reason why is because it stops the meat from sticking, for one thing, but it also keeps the moisture in when you're frying it, and it also turns into a little bit mushy and makes a coating for when you make your sauce at the end of the meal. So I'm just going to put a lot of flour in there. See, it divides up the pieces. That way they don't stick together. Alright, now we wait for the pan to get hot, and then what you do is you add a little bit of oil. I'm going to use a little bit of olive oil because it's right here, and then you get it nice and hot. What I like to do is I fry up the garlic first, and what that does is it sort of flavors the oil. That way your whole stir fry will have nice garlic taste to it. Then after that I like to do the today I bought yellow peppers and red peppers. You don't use green because green has a more tempered taste. Red has a little bit more bite to it. They have different flavor profiles. You can look that up. But basically you do the peppers first because they're a lot harder. No, wait, sorry. That's totally wrong. After you do the garlic and the hot oil, you do the beef and you fry it up, and then as soon as it's done you take it off, put it on a plate, and then you do your vegetables after. So I like to do the red pepper and the green pepper first, then you do the onion, then you do the mushrooms last because they need the least amount of time. That way you take the beef off. That way it doesn't overcook when you're doing your vegetables, and that way you still have a little bit of crunch while they're frying. And then you put the beef back in. You let the sauce thicken with a little bit of cornstarch over there, cornstarch, and then you're done. All right, so the pan is hot. I'm gonna add some extra virgin olive oil, generous amount because it's stir fry. Let that get hot, and then I'll add my garlic. Alright, garlic in. A bit more salt and pepper, just got like flavor. I should have cut the garlic a little bit thinner, but I didn't because I was in a hurry, because I'm also kind of hungry when filming this. So the beef probably could use more flour, but I didn't. As you can see, some of the beef is starting to brown now. Now the reason why I'm going to use the same pan is because you want all that little pieces of beef and flavor in there. Got a little bit more oil. Let's do the red pepper and green pepper first. Alright, so now that my red and green peppers have that sort of little glow with the oil, I'm going to add my onion in. A little salt and pepper on those guys. I like a really flavorful stir fry because the rice is going to be boring. Alright, so I think it's getting there. It looks like the onion's getting a little bit cooked, so I'm going to do the final step, which is the mushroom. I couldn't find any solo mushrooms and I cut them up, so I just bought a package. I added a splash of soya sauce to darken everything, give it a nice color. That's an Asian influence to the vegetables. As you can see, I also turned up the heat because it wasn't hot enough, so now I'm getting a nice sear on those vegetables, especially the mushrooms. And then introduce the beef back in again, because I want those juices. Now I can turn the heat back down because I don't want everything to get overcooked. I'm going to add a bit of water. I don't have beef stock on me, but basically I'm going to mix some cornstarch into that water. The water will mix with all the little beef oil drippings and all that stuff at the bottom. It's going to turn into a nice sauce. I need more. Of course, the real test will be if it tastes any good. Haven't made stir fry in quite a while, so let's try this bad boy out. I didn't put enough salt and pepper in the meat or the sauce or the vegetables, so it's a little bland. I want it to be more powerful. So don't skimp out on the seasonings. The wonderful thing about stir fry is you can do it with anything though, right? I mean, you could do that with chicken or Chinese sausages sliced real thin or pork tenderloin. Any vegetable works too, and it's quite simple and fast. I made that within like half an hour. So get cooking.